we getting conned in the UK when it comes to salaries? You've probably seen this before. People in America, in Dubai, in other countries are getting paid so much more than we get paid in the UK. Let's dive into the data and see what it says. This piece done by the Telegraph has found some shocking statistics. Let's go into it. They're saying that pay in Britain has long lagged behind the United States, with the average worker earning £17,000 less per year. £17,000. That is crazy. The average salary was just over £52,000 in the US last year, according to the US of Labour statistics, but the UK equivalent was 35,000 according to the Office for National Statistics. That is a massive difference there, guys. That is crazy. Especially when you think about the cost of living. Obviously in America there's different states and whatnot, but we live in the UK, and the cost of living at this moment in time when it comes to, gas, electric, different utilities, groceries, is mental. I don't know how people are able to afford their lifestyle, or even a basic lifestyle, on £35,000 a year. Now, if we go into the specific industries that they're called out here, so lawyers are a prime example. So according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the annual wage for those employed in legal occupations was just under $134,000, whereas in the UK it was £107,000. Now that again is crazy. So why is the UK so far behind? What they're saying is that the value of paychecks after accounting for inflation has flatlined in the UK for years, after growing an average of 33% a decade between 1970 and 2007. So what they're saying is the paychecks haven't basically kept up with inflation. And we see that on a daily basis in the UK, where you see things keep going up and up and up, but our pay in the UK has not been going in line with inflation. And a classic example is this: if you look at house prices. House prices has rocketed throughout the years. Back in the day you could get a house for £70,000, £40,000, depending on what year you're talking about. Whereas now, depending on the location, if you look at London, or greater London boroughs, you're looking around £500,000, £600,000 just for a house. Flip side of this argument, people will say, well, in the UK, you get so many benefits that we don't have in America. So for example, the healthcare system that we have here, NHS, it's free. Yes, it comes out your paycheck, but it's free to a certain extent. Whereas in the USA, health insurance, you have to pay for that. Yes, your employer can contribute, but if there's any excess, etc., that needs to come out of your own pocket. When we look at holiday leave, in the UK, there's a minimum mandatory requirement for employees to obtain, holiday pay. Whereas in America, it's not like that. It's down to the discretion of the company. And I'm hearing that some companies only give you 10 days off per year. Just by doing a quick Google search, right, you can see the different benefits and the UK labour laws that we have. Working hours, national minimum wage, Equality Act, rest breaks, whistleblowing protection, flexible working, paternity leave, protection from redundancy, etc. Whereas if we look at what the USA has, they have very few labor laws. Yes, they have, the Equality, Disability Act, etc. But there's nothing here in regards to, sick pay, right? Or maternity pay or anything like that. That is down to the discretion of the company. And to look at this as well is where we look at locations that provide tax-free income. So places like in the Middle East, as an example, you've got Dubai, you've got Saudi, you've got Qatar, you've got all these different places that provide you with tax-free income. But then you need to look on the flip side as well. You might be getting tax-free income, but then if you have children, as an example, you will need to pay for schools, and that is not cheap, that is expensive. Whereas here in the UK, schooling is free. Yes, you have the option to do private schooling, but majority of people will go to a state school and they will obtain the education via that route. So guys, are we getting shagged in the UK? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, put any other topics that you want me to react to. Also guys, please make sure you like and subscribe.